Time now for another Sioux Falls real estate update with Brent Baker. He is a real estate agent with Clients First Group and Keller Williams here in Sioux Falls. And we were talking last week about fiduciary responsibilities, and we've got him back. We're going to finish that conversation. But first, Brent, do you ever watch HGTV?
I don't watch TV.
Okay, well, the reason I brought that up, I don't watch a ton of TV, but last week I spent a couple of days, we were staying at a hotel. Heidi was in some meetings. And when she was in these meetings, I was in the room working on stuff, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna turn on TV. And at first, I turned on the news. Have you watched news lately? Every channel. I thought there was like World War III starting or something, because all this stuff. There's flashing stuff here and stuff going down the side, and like the person that was talking was this little box in the corner, and there's all this stuff going on. And I'm looking at that, and I'm like, what? Oh, this is just a Tuesday. There's nothing going on. So I'm like, okay, I can't watch the news because this is giving me way too much anxiety. So I flipped it on HGTV thinking this would be nice and calming. This would be great. Well, there's programs on there, a bunch of different programs where they have realtors showing people homes. And there was a realtor, and I don't know who the person is, and nothing against the person, but I just thought, I appreciate you as a realtor even more now, Brent. Brent helped our daughter buy a home. He helped us buy a home. He helped our daughter's boyfriend buy a home. He helped us sell a home. I mean, we've worked with you on several things, and I've always appreciated you. But then after watching this lady, she was so phony. Everything. And I'm watching the show thinking, she knows this is being recorded, right? Like, she's on a TV show, but it was like ridiculously phony, and it was all superficial nonsense. And then the stuff that did matter, like, she wasn't even listening. Because they're like, okay, we're looking for this. And, you know, she had all this pomp and circumstance and all this stuff going on. But then the homes that she was showing them had none of the things that they were asking for. I'm like, what the heck is going on here? And I'm watching this thinking, okay, is this just for TV? Is this? And they did eventually find a house, but I watched it the entire time just going, I am so glad that we have Brent Baker because you're an honest guy. You're easy to talk to. You're not phony. You're not like over the top ridiculous when you're talking to people. And that's the whole time I was watching this. I'm like, what am I watching right now? So thank you for being you.
Thank you. Well, this goes back to the difference between a functionary and a fiduciary.
Yeah.
You know, for some realtors, it's about them.
Yeah.
And fortunately, there aren't a lot of those around, but they do show up from time to time. But it goes back to the relationship.
Yeah.
It's about that buyer. It's about that seller and their needs. And, you know, one of the things on my list here is focus.
Yeah.
And are they focused on tasks or, you know, just to get through the transaction, or are you focused on the outcome and what's best for your client? You know, some people just, well, the lady you're describing on HGTV, she's a show and tell girl.
And she's not from around here. I think they might have even been in Canada. I was not really sure where they were.
But they were a show and tell.
Yeah, everything they were asking, she kept showing them homes that were none of the things they asked for. I'm like, I'm barely listening to this because I'm busy doing something else, but none of that is what they just asked for. But she was showing them what she wanted to show them. I'm like, this makes no sense.
Well, show and tell versus education and guidance.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes you don't know what's out there. So people will come in from a small town and say, okay, we're going to move to Sioux Falls to be closer to kids or medical facilities or just entertainment. You know, you can look at them and kind of say, okay, well, I think you're at this stage of life. So I start questioning from that perspective and finding out, because they don't know what we have for housing.
Yeah.
Is it all single-family homes? Do we have all townhouses? Do we have mix?
Yeah.
Should we buy a condo? Should we get a loft downtown?
Yeah.
Well, what's your lifestyle?
Exactly.
When you come to Sioux Falls, what lifestyle do you want to create for yourself? Because if you're leaving a rural area, okay, you probably know everybody in town. You probably had coffee with them after church.
Yeah.
What is the lifestyle you want to build?
That's whatever that questions. Is, we've got a bunch of different opportunities.
Correct.
That can fit that.
Do you want to be in a 55 and older community?
Yeah.
Are you still very active and you want to be around kids, so you want a house that's mixed in with everything else? But we have to learn those things, and sometimes buyers and sellers don't know that about themselves.
Absolutely.
Functionaries, you can replace them with anybody.
Yeah.
Because they really have not participated with their buyers and sellers. Where somebody who's a fiduciary, it's hard to replace them because they are a source of information. You can lean into them when you need to. And sometimes people get cold feet. They're scared.
Yeah.
They're focused on this number, and it scares them.
Yeah.
Rather than what's the goal?
Exactly.
My job is to stay calm. I have been chewed out by people who say, well, you don't seem very upset about this or concerned. I go, my job is to stay calm.
I've been down this road a time or two.
And get you to the goal.
I don't think I've ever seen you flustered. Do you get flustered?
Fortunately, I have my father's characteristic in that regard. It takes a lot.
All right. Well, if somebody listening is going, hey, I'm looking for a realtor, I have a home to sell, or I would like to purchase a home, or for whatever reason they're looking for a real estate agent, what is the best way for them to connect with you?
605-310-0297 or Brent Baker at kw.com.
Again, Brent Baker with Clients First Group and Keller Williams in Sioux Falls. And if you're catching the tail end of this and you would like to learn more, we save this program as a podcast as well. And you can find that at SiouxFallsPodcast.com.